Hi everyone, we're back with Love That Dog, and we're going to start on January 10th, even though I know we read part of it last week, just to get us back in the story, and also some of the questions you're going to have to answer this week start from January 10th. So I hope you're enjoying the book. It's one of my favorites. So here we go. January 10th, I really did not get the pasture poem you read today. I mean, somebody's going out to the pasture to clean the spring and to get a little tottery calf while he's out there, and he isn't going to be gone long, and he wants you, who is you, to come. I mean, really. And you said that Mr. Robert Frost, who wrote about the pasture, was also the one who wrote about the snowy woods and the miles to go before he sleeps. Well, I think Mr. Robert Frost has a little too much time on his hands. January 17th. Remember the wheelbarrow poem you read the first week of school? Maybe the wheelbarrow poet was just making a picture with words, and someone else, like maybe his teacher, typed it up, and then people thought it was a poem because it looked like one typed up like that. And maybe that's the same thing that happened to Mr. Robert Frost. Maybe he was just making pictures with words, and the snowy woods and the pasture, and his teacher typed them up, and they looked like poems. So people thought they were poems. Like how you did with the blue car and the reading the small poem things on the board typed up. They look like poems, and the other kids are looking at them and they think they really are poems, and they are all saying, "Who wrote that?" January 24th. We were going for a drive, and my father said, "We won't be gone long. You come too." And so I went, and we drove and drove until we stopped at the red brick building with the sign in blue letters, Animal Protection Shelter. And inside we walked down the long cement path, past cages with all kinds of dogs, big and small, fat and skinny, some of them hiding in the corner, but most of them barking, and jumping up against the wire cage as we walked past, as if they were saying, me, choose me, I'm the best one." And that's where we saw the yellow dog standing against the cage with his paws curled up around the wire and his long red tongue hanging out and his big black eyes looking a little sad and his long tail wagging. Oh, as if he were saying, me, choose me. And we did. We chose him. And in the car, he put his head against my chest and wrapped his paws around my arm as if he were saying, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." And the other dogs in the cages get killed dead if nobody chooses them. January 31st. Yes, you can type up what I wrote about the yellow dog, but leave off the part about the other dogs getting killed dead, because that's too sad. And don't put my name on it, please. And maybe it would look good on yellow paper. And maybe the title should be You Come Too. February 7th. Yes, it looks good on yellow paper, but you forgot again to leave more space between the lines like I did when I wrote it. That's okay though. February 15th. I liked the poem we read today about the street music in the city. My street is not in the middle of a city, so it doesn't have that loud music of horns and trucks, clash, flash, screech. My street is on the edge of the city, and it has quiet music. Most of the time, wisp, meow, swish. My street is thin, one with a house on both sides and my house is the white one with the red door. There's not too much traffic on the street, not like in the middle of a city. We play in the yard and sometimes in the street, but only if a grown-up or a big kids are out there too, and they will shout, "Car!" if they see a car coming down the street. At both ends of our street are yellow signs that say, "Caution, children at play." But sometimes the cars pay no attention and speed down the road as if they are in a big hurry, with many miles to go before they sleep. February 21st. That was a great. Those poems you showed us where the words make the shape of the thing that the poem is about. Like the one about the apple that was shaped like an apple, or the one about the house that was shaped like a house. My brain is popping. When I was looking at those poems, I never knew a poet person could do that funny kind of thing. February 26th. I tried one of those poems that looks like what it's about. My Yellow Dog by Jack. And look at that. Check it out. It's got his head, eye, ear, sniff, sniff, where his nose is, slobber, slobber. Leg, leg, paw, body, yellow body, tail, woolly, wag, wag, wag. I love it. March 1st. Yes, you can type up the yellow dog poem that looks like a dog, but this time keep the spaces exactly the same, and maybe it would look really, really good on yellow paper. Maybe you could put my name on it, but only if you want to, only if you think it looks good enough. March 7th. I was a little embarrassed when people said things to me like, "Neat poem, Jack," and "How'd you think of that, Jack?" And I really, really like the one you put up about the tree that is shaped like a tree, not a fake looking tree, but like a real tree with straggly branches. But I want to know, who is the anonymous poet in our class? Who wrote that, and why didn't he or she want to put his or her name on it? Was it like me when I didn't think my words were poems? Maybe you will tell the anonymous tree poet that his or her tree poem is really a poem, really, really. And a good poem, too. All right, and that's it for now. So I hope you're enjoying this. I know some of you told me that poetry is not your favorite thing, but I hope you're enjoying this, and it is part of learning, okay? Have a great week. Miss you. Bye. Let's see if I can